how I left the curly hair salon.
You went to the hair salon to look like you just got up out of bed. I'm not. What up, everybody? I am the Mademoiselle, and this is my channel. Welcome to another reaction video. A lot of you guys truly enjoyed the hair horror story videos. Therefore, I decided we're going to keep them coming. So welcome to part 2. For those of you guys who are unaware, I do have merch in the shop, and that is the shirt that I have on. This is my The Mel and Chill collection. Make sure you guys check that out down below. Also, if you're seeing my face for the first time, I do have other channels, again, linked down below. Also, this video is sponsored by Willwork Jewelry, but more on that later.
Okay, so one thing I'm not about to start doing is start dealing with this Houston, Atlanta braider bull crap, okay? I booked my appointment maybe a week and a half ago for a girl for tomorrow morning for 9 a.m., okay? I haven't heard any communication from this girl, period. She didn't call and confirm. She didn't nothing. I just been getting emails for the past 2 days saying, your appointment is confirmed. Don't forget about your appointment. Yes, okay, great. So I get a text while I'm at work, okay? I just clocked in, saying something happens. I got to cancel. You got to cancel on who? Then she proceeds to tell me she'll take it off of my final whatever. First of all, the deposit is supposed to be taken off the final stuff. So she must have been an extra $25 for the deposit and stuff and for a discount. Okay, cool. Asking me if I could come in on Friday morning. Baby, I'm leaving on Friday morning. I'm going to be in Kanekalon on Friday morning. That's why I asked to get it done Thursday morning.
Wow.
She's like, okay, well, can you come? I don't mind staying late. You know, I'll be done with this head in an hour and a half. Baby, I just got to work. I don't get off till 11. Okay, that's fine. I said, okay, but it's not really fine to me. I want to be working until 11 p.m. and then you expect me to come get my hair braided? Then to top it off, she won't confirm my price. I can see where you're going here, and you're not about to charge me extra hoes. But guess what? We're going to cancel. And I better get my money back.
Y'all, these stories are way too common, and I just truly don't understand why a lot of these hairstylists seem to think it's okay to operate the way they operate. Like, clearly, you should have some sort of professionalism or decorum. And I know there's a lot of people lately that have been saying, well, a lot of these girls aren't licensed. That's why they act like that. And I'm not going to hold you. Yeah, because I will say, right, although I've got my hair done from people who were licensed and people who were not licensed, I do notice there is a difference in customer service. But, I mean, I feel like it's usually not that drastic, but I will say a lot of the hair braiders, the wig install girlies or whatever that be out here doing that, like a lot of them have like horrible attitudes, like no professionalism whatsoever. And I feel like the reason they think that they could get away with this behavior is because they know a lot of us cannot slay our hair the way they can. I ain't gonna hold you, in my wig era, like I just could not do it by myself. Like it looked so simple, it looked so easy. I watched so many videos, but I just couldn't do it myself. Same thing with my nails. At one point I tried to do my own nails. I can't. So now I just use it as a self-care thing. Like, listen, I get my hair done, I get my nails done, get my toes done, whatever the case may be. And I use it as self-care because at the end of the day, I'm not about to sit there wasting hours doing it myself because listen, I do a lot. Okay. I have so much going on, and trying to teach myself how to do these things is something that I'm not trying to do. Like, I feel like if someone could do a better job than me, then let them do it. But the way a lot of these stylists are, is just like, it is deterring. It's very deterring to like know, honestly, better yet, anxiety provoking to know that you have to go to a stylist that is known for a bad attitude. Like, I can't.
Gee, this is exactly why I do my own fucking hair, bro. Like, what the fuck? This shit is a fucking dookie wig. I am so pissed. This shit literally sitting on my head. Oh my. I'm fucking pissed. This is why I do my own shit. I'm pissed the fuck off.
I mean, I will say it really doesn't look that bad. I've seen worse, but it does technically look like it's sitting on her head like a helmet. And that's why I will say that's why I kind of stopped the wig things and got my locks because, like, to be honest, like it's weird, right? When you have locks or when you're used to wearing your natural hair so much, a lot of this just looks so extra. Like it just looks so extra, and it's weird because there's that small percentage of people with locks that think it's a lot of work or more work, but I don't think so because my hair is styled 95% of the time. I wash, get a style, let it out for 2 weeks, repeat. Like I don't sit there manipulating my locks. That's probably how my hair grew so long in just like 4 years. But it's just like when I see these girls getting these wigs and stuff, because in the beginning of my lock journey, I had braids. Okay, I braided my locks and I also wore wigs over it. It wasn't a lot, but it was also just like a put on and go. Like I got the braids, I left it in for 2 months or whatever. Same thing with the wigs, I just put it on and go. But like looking at all of this, it just looks like a bad science project sometimes. And I hate to say that, but like I know for a fact in the next 10 years, we're all gonna look back at all of these wig installs and be like, what the fuck was like what were we thinking? Especially like couple it with the broomstick eyelashes. It does not look great. Like it child, it just bro, the baby hair's looking real grown up, the lashes looking like witch broomsticks. It doesn't look great. And I'm starting to look at it now and I feel like every girl has kind of had that stage of, I like to call it beauty blindness. So like we get something done, we think we look good, but we don't really think about what it looks like to the outside world because like y'all, especially with the lashes, okay, especially with these baby hairs, like the shit just looks insane. Like a lot of y'all are walking around looking like Cartoon Network characters and not in a good way. By the way, comment down below, what are you sipping on? Are you snacking? I really would like to know. This mug is actually from one of my subscribers. I'll try to link it down below if I remember. But just in case you're watching this, just feel free to leave your link down below and promote yourself. So yeah, let's get into the next one.
I'm just trying to get my hair washed, trimmed, ready for family pictures on Saturday. Be friends, I got a story to tell you about my hair. Now, as a Black woman who is just trying to get a little bit of self-care, I just want to get my hair done. I just want it to be washed by somebody. Like, the struggle is real out here. Like, I cannot tell you how many hair people that I have tried to go to, and it is like always an issue, and I don't know what it is. Like, I know it's not me. I'm a great tipper. I tip 20% of the service, but let me go ahead and get into this story because just wait until you hear how this hairdresser did me. But being that I'm in the beauty industry, I never lead off with letting people know that I'm in the beauty industry because I just want my time valued. And then I feel like if I have to tell you that I'm in the beauty industry, then you look at me a little bit differently just because, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, how do you feel about telling people that you're in the beauty industry if you're going to someone for a service, even if you're not doing the same service as them? So appointment on Friday. This person had availability for this entire week except for Monday. Well, this week as in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week. So I tried to book the appointment last Friday. On her booking policy, it was a lot to read, and I get a little bit of long-winded, so let me go ahead and get back to the story. So I booked the appointment on Friday, and she's like, you have to send me pictures of your hair. That was in the booking policy. So I'm like, all right, I got these braids in, but I was like, I don't want her to think that I'm like not going to send the pictures. So since I booked the appointment on Friday, the deposit was $25, no big deal. She reached out to me, and I was like, hey, I'm going to send you those pictures. I currently have braids, but I do have a video of what my hair was like. So I sent her the video that I did from TikTok, and I sent that to her, and she was like, yeah, I'm still going to need pictures. I was like, all right, yes, ma'am, no problem. So Sunday comes around, I take my hair out, and I send her pictures after I'm fully done taking my hair out, okay? Fully fresh, done, out of the braids. And I sent her 3 different pictures. I sent her like from this way, from this side, and then from this side. I was like, oh yeah, look at me. All right, so I sent her the pictures, and she's like, all right, I got your pictures. I should have known when she said wording was, we're gonna have to do a slight adjustment because I'm not available on Tuesday. It was supposed to be blocked off, but I have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday available. I looked at my text messages like, I know this girl lying because I booked this on Friday. Now, mind you, if you would have had somebody book an appointment on Friday for the following week, you could have told me then that you weren't available. don't wait until we're a few days closer to tell me that you're not available. So before I even asked her what her next availability was, I just took it upon myself to go back to her booking site, look at her calendar. Mind you, she still never blocked off that Tuesday that I booked. And the following Tuesday was not blocked off either. Now, I'm a beauty professional, and I work Wednesday through Saturday. I work Tuesdays also, like every other Tuesday, but we weren't even going to go into all that. I said to her, okay, since you're not available this Tuesday, I was trying to get my hair done for family pictures. She texted me back and was like, Tuesday is far away from Saturday to be getting your hair done. I was like, oh, why is this girl coming at me like this? Like, I'm just trying to get my hair done. It doesn't matter if I want to get my hair done on Monday and my family pictures are on Saturday. That's my business and I will handle it accordingly. Like, ma'am, I'm booking for the day that I am available. Now, are you available or not? What would you do in this situation? Like, I honestly was feeling really attacked in these text messages because I'm like, literally, I'm just trying to get my hair done. Like, I sent you the pictures and now you're telling me that you're unavailable. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I thought, because this is what I would do. This is how I run my business, is if someone booked a day and I'm not available that day, but it's open, like, I'm coming. What do you mean? Like, that's my...
Y'all, this is a pretty long story, so I'm just going to pause right here and give my little 2 cents. First of all, I would have told her that I was a beauty professional because I feel like people do treat you better when they know that you are in the same field. I understand the idea of, well, I shouldn't have to say that because you should be treating me, accordingly. You should be treating me like a legitimate client that does not do what you do. But I'm sorry, the way these stylists be acting, I don't give a fuck. I'm using all my cookies in the cookie jar. That don't sound right. I'm using all types of ways to get me the service that I pay for. I really don't care about the politics of it and the morals of it or whatever, because at the end of the day, these people are in your head. Okay. And as Black women, hair is very important to us. So yeah, I would have told her straight up, like, yup, I do hair too. Like, fuck that. I mean, and I know there's going to be people like, well, if she's in the hair industry or whatever, she could do her own hair. Why doesn't she? Again, self-care. And if someone could do something better than me, I'm gonna let them do it. Okay. If I don't have to spend hours doing it, why not pay for it? Like, I'm very big on time. I'm very big on allocating things and delegating things to other people. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, at this point, she should have just canceled the appointment and found somebody else because this lady is playing in her face. Okay. Like, no.
My fault, not the client's fault. And honestly, I don't feel like you should be telling your client that they should have been blocked off anyway. Just literally mind blown at this point. Like, I was like, I'm not about to get my hair done. So I had to screenshot that and send it to my younger cousin because I'm like, am I crazy? Like, I'm literally just trying to get my hair done. She's like, is she getting smart with you? I'm like, I think she is, but I'm not getting smart back at this point. I literally have the text messages to prove it. But I was like, my availability is Monday and Tuesday. I literally gave her my work schedule, and I think she thought like I was lying. I was like, my clients are booked from 10:30 to 6 Wednesday through Friday, and I didn't tell her like what my Saturday hours were. I don't feel like I had to go in that much detail, but I'm like, my clients are booked now until January. She's like, do you work for yourself? Are you an independent contractor? Do you work for a company? What does that have to do with anything? I'm just trying to get my hair done. I literally just want my hair done.
Yo, that's OD. Like, why are you asking all these questions? Oh, like, oh, that would piss me off.
This point of the conversation, I already knew that I just did not even want to be bothered. If you're already like starting out a service with a service provider like on the wrong foot, like if there's already tension, I just feel like we should probably go our separate ways because I don't feel like we're going to be a good fit for each other. This is how I found the girl. So I was on Facebook. I saw one of my Facebook friends and she had this cute little bob, and I commented on the picture like, fire, love your hair. So I inboxed her because you know how people are about telling people who they're going to. So I inboxed her. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your hair. Who did it? And she told me, she's like, I love her, raved about her. And then, oh, perfect. I forgot that girl was there. Like, I would love to go to her. And she just does like natural hair because, like, mind you, I don't get a perm. Like, I just have my hair. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't wait to book with her. Like, I am so excited. And then this experience happens. It's just my luck. Like, I know that I am not the only Black woman who has gone through the hair struggle. And I live in a small town, so the nearest city to me is Pittsburgh, and that's a 45-minute drive. The other city that I could go to is Cleveland. Now, mind you, I have gone to both places, and I just never have a good experience as a Black woman trying to get my hair done and to like do my hair myself, which I got the products for, but now I feel like I need a different straightener. So if you have any flat iron recommendations,
Yeah, honestly, this is just too much. Like, and the weird part about this is like the whole unprofessional Black stylist experience typically starts at booking. Okay, it always starts there. It always starts at just how they're communicating with you. Then it comes into, oh well, something came up. Can you come earlier? Can you come later? Then it goes into, they're not nice, like, right? Like, you sit in a chair, they're not talking to you, they're not trying to converse or anything like that. Then it goes into, like, it's weird because like we see all the red flags. Like 9 times out of 10, we see that this is probably not going to be a good experience, but we still want our hair done. Like, getting your hair done makes you feel great. Getting your hair done makes you feel like a brand new bee. You feel me? But we need to understand how to recognize the red flags and not go. Kudos to her for literally seeing the red flags and not going, okay? Not going through with the service, because I guarantee you it probably would have been a worse story than this. Now, this is the perfect time to pause and thank today's sponsor, Willwork Jewelry. Now, honestly, I've been eyeing this brand for quite some time, so I was so happy when they decided to send me this necklace right here. It is an emerald, and as you guys can see, the necklace is very small, very subtle, but it still shines, you feel me, in the right lighting. I absolutely love this necklace, and I love almost like 90% of the things on their site. Like, when I'm telling you, it was so difficult to choose what I wanted. It was so difficult to choose what I wanted. Willwork Jewelry is exemplary of fine craftsmanship. On top of that, many of their pieces are real gold with unique gems and stones set in them. I absolutely love this emerald. I was thinking of going with my birthstone, but I was like, nah, like green is my favorite color. Why not? But there's so many things to choose from. There's so many different styles. There's so many different options, from necklaces to bracelets to engagement and wedding ring sets. You will find something that you want on this site for you or a loved one. And of course, if you guys shop with Willwork right now and you use my code or my link in the description box, you'll get a special discount off your order. Thank you, Willwork, so much for sponsoring this video. Now let's get into the rest of these reactions.
I paid $1,400 for lock extensions only for me not to get what I paid for.
I'm going to have a lot to say about this one. Lock extensions are honestly a waste of money, but let's see what she has to say.
I booked with this lock stylist in Dallas, and I was really excited about the appointment. I followed all her booking policies, did a consult. We talked about exactly what I wanted. I wanted thicker locks like the Nika, and I wanted like kind of bigger parts. I think the parting is decent, but the locks are definitely giving boneless. My locks right now are wet, but this is what they look like, and they're still not as thick as I asked for. I told her at the appointment that they weren't as thick as my reference pictures, and she even had to remake some locks during the appointment because they weren't thick enough, and she even acknowledged that herself. She offered to make them thicker on another date, and that's because the appointment ended at 1 a.m., and that was solely from an install. Now, mind you, my appointment, I believe, was at 9 a.m., and she had asked me that morning to move my appointment to 11 or 12, and I agreed because I needed my hair done.
I just said that'd be the main shit that gets y'all in some shit. That is a red flag. Okay. Honestly, the fact that they be having policies, literally the length of the Bible is problem number one. But problem number two is she moved you hours from your original appointment. Like, y'all, just learn to walk away.
These are supposed to be permanent lock extensions. They're not temporary. So it's not like I can just take them out or get another style. And once again, I spent $1,400. I texted her about a week and a half after the appointment, and I was like, hey girl, I need to fix this hair. I'm still not feeling it. It's not thick enough, because she told me to take some time and see how I feel. And because they're lock extensions, they're not just going to puff up like regular locks, so I definitely need to get them thicker. She texted me back saying that I should text her back on March 6th. At the time, this was like February 20th. And she was on vacation until then, and she would get back to me then. So March 6th, I texted her, and I reached out again about getting my hair fixed. And she told me that she could fit me in on her schedule on today. Yesterday comes around at about 7 p.m. and she texts me saying, hey girl, you won't believe it. I broke my ankle. I won't be able to do your hair. And at this point, I'm like, this is not sounding right. And I'm fed the fuck up, to be honest. Based off everything that she explained with her whole broken ankle situation, it just sounded like she already knew beforehand that she broke her ankle. And she could have been told me that our appointment wasn't going to happen prior to, I guess, less than a 12-hour notice. I texted her asking her to rectify the situation, and she just absolutely refuses to. All I asked for was a partial refund of $300 because I don't want her in my head again, because obviously the energy is not there no more. Customer service-wise, she was cool, but after all this extra stuff, I'm just not feeling it. Like I said, I don't want her in my head again after already rescheduling me on my original appointment, making me wait 3 weeks to even reschedule the touch-up, and then canceling less than 12 hours before the touch-up. I absolutely do not play when it comes to this stylist shit, because I also run a business, and so I understand how service works and the service industry works. And for me, if my client is spending $1,400, they're my priority. I understand breaking your ankle, but it was very convenient. Anyways, if anybody knows anybody who...
All right, I have a lot to say about this one. So first things first, stylists have their own lives. Okay. I know it's hard to think about people in professional realms having lives outside of what they do, but every professional is a human being that has their own thing. Maybe she really did break her ankle. Maybe she really was on vacation, whatever the case may be. She has the right to prioritize herself. I definitely, I don't like how entitled a lot of clients are. However, I do agree, $1,400 is wicked. If I'm paying you $1,400 for a service, that service needs to be rendered properly the first time. And if it is not, I need to be your priority. So let me know what you guys think about that. Second, stop getting lock extensions. As somebody that literally went through the ugly phase, I know a lot of people don't like that, but I don't care. The ugly phase. As someone who, I guess, lucked out and had my locks grow pretty fast, pretty quick, I've seen so many people around me, okay, from men to women, get these lock extensions, and it's always a waste of money. Why is it a waste of money? First of all, a lot of times the hair is not real human hair, which is a huge factor in how well your lock extensions will turn out. Second of all, a lot of these people really do not know what they're doing. And a lot of them will sit there and tell you that you need one thing, but you don't, or a lot of them won't really care to tell you anything and give you what you want. When it comes to locks, right? Because it is a permanent hairstyle, you cannot just go in there asking for what you want and thinking it's going to be okay. This is the best rule of thumb. If you have thinner, looser textured hair, you can get away with getting small locks. If you have thick, coarse type of hair, your locks are probably going to have to be thicker. This whole idea of, oh, I want small locks, I want big locks, I want 100 locks in my hair, whatever, does not really make sense, and it's not healthy for your hair, because you may want small locks, but your hair is way too damn thick for small locks. Now you can't even put your hair in a ponytail because your hair is so thick. Same thing, vice versa. You want big locks, but your hair is thin as fuck. And now the hair is weighing down your actual hair. And now you're in a situation where you bald headed, or the locks are now falling out your head because you had a preference. A lot of times your preference is not what is best for you. That's just the fact of the matter. And I don't understand why a lot of these women are offering these services. Okay. A lot of these stylists are offering these services, and they're not letting their clients know, like, hey, your hair may not turn out exactly what you want it to be, because this is not what you should do for your hair type. Everybody comes in with these inspo photos or whatever. That's another thing. With locks, your hair is never going to look like the next person's. Okay, I have a lot of people that contact me. They're like, oh, I want my hair to be like yours. I want my hair to grow as fast as yours. I want the same thickness. Listen, my hair and your hair, two completely different things. The time I started, my health at that time, whatever the case may be, completely different from yours. Never try to emulate a hairstyle like locks with someone's inspo. Like, I don't know how to, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, right? Like, you have to have your own personal journey. And that just goes to my final point. I do not like that idea of lock extensions at all. Not only do I think that a lot of these stylists are conning many people with it, I just feel like, yeah, like having locks is a lifestyle. I'm sorry, it's a lifestyle. Yes, it's a hairstyle, but there's a lot that goes into it. If you know, you know. You could look it up on your own time. For me, it was a spiritual calling to get locks, and plus, it was something that I always seen myself having. Right? It wasn't one of those things where I was just like, oh, like I really want this hairstyle because I think it looks cute. Like, no, I've always envisioned my higher self with locks and glasses. I have locks and glasses. I wear my glasses for astigmatism like twice a year. But you get the point. Like it was a higher calling for me. It's not just the hairstyle. There's a lot that goes into it that a lot of people don't take into consideration. And there's a lot of stylists out there that are just sitting here taking y'all money, not telling you and educating you on how to care for your locks and what's good for your locks and what's not. So do with that what you will.
This is how I left the curly hair salon.
You went to the hair salon to look like you just got up out of bed. I'm not.
I paid money. I paid money for someone to do this to me. Okay, my hair looks insane and crazy and dry, but I'm on my way to get a curly haircut for the first time in I think a year and a half. My hairstylist, by the way, my normal hairstylist, she's in New Jersey, which is where my
Hey.
live. But I live in. So we're trying new people. I'm very nervous. I'm gonna come out of there bald-headed. Okay. VRB. Also, I couldn't find my AirPods this morning, so I'm about to go raw dog this experience. And let me just say, it started off kind of promising. I saw a few curly girls come in to get their hair cut. There was even one in the back. I said, I'm in good hands. And the dry cut went well. It wasn't until we got to styling. And that really had my girl confused. I'm literally leaving my curly haircut. My hair is wet and up in a clip. She did not know how to style it, so we're gonna go home, style it ourselves, and then come back, sit under the dryer, and have her do the final cutting. I've never.
Wait, what? You left with your hair wet to hold on. I'm thoroughly perplexed. Wait, what? You're gonna style it and then come back? I hope this shit was free.
Had this happen before. Not say something to her, because the thing about my hair is if you fuck it up on wash day, you're about to ruin my whole week. So everything was going so well until we got to the styling part. Like the cut was going well, the hair wash felt great, and then when she got to styling, I was just like, I am curious about how little product you're using in my hair and how dry it's already feeling. And when I tell you, she did not know what to do. They did not have the right product. I was showing her the kinds of products that I use. They didn't have anything like that, anything thick at all. She was like, okay, I'm respraying it, I'm steaming it. She took me back to the shampoo bowl. It was a mess, and I could tell she was nervous. And after an hour of styling, and she only got through half my head, I was like, maybe I just go home, I do this myself, and then I come back and you can you can trim up the edges, the ends. And she seemed defeated already, so she was like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna let you do that. So she gave me a discount though. I still paid. She gave me a discount.
The fact that she gave you a discount is a joke. The shit should have been free. Why are you styling your own hair? Basically, all they did was wash your fucking head. Hey. Yeah. It's giving thievery.
Go back, hopefully in 15 minutes, because she's leaving at 3. I don't know if I mentioned that, and it's already 1:15. It's gonna take me 30 minutes to get back. I also scheduled with one of the other girls a hair color for the end of August, but now as soon as I get back, baby, I'm canceling that.
Yes.
Thank you very much. This is about to be the quickest I have ever tried to style my hair. Shout out to the OGs. I will never shut up about you, TGIN. I will never, they could never make me hate you. I'm on my way back to the salon. Do you see how wet my hair is? That's how it's supposed to look when it's just been styled. And honestly, I think I'm kind of dumb. I should have just gone around the corner to the CVS and picked up some hair cream instead of going all the way home, restyling my hair and coming back. It's uneven. That was a 5-hour hair day, and it's uneven. Why did I pay for someone to do this? I paid money. And I tipped her. She said I didn't have to, but I tipped her anyway because I'm always going to tip. And what's crazy is they were like, well, next time you come in, just bring your hair product with you. Next time? Let me move my bang so I can read that again. Next time? Be serious.
Honestly, I don't understand. Like, why? I wouldn't have even paid for that shit. I wouldn't have paid. I would have walked out and never came back. Like, y'all got me fucked up. Also, I'm good for not letting a soul touch my fucking hair in terms of washing it. Even with my locks, I wash my own hair, then I go get it styled. I am not like, I don't know. There's something about people washing my hair that I just don't like. Not that they don't do a good job. Not that I've had any really horrible experiences that I can remember right now, but I just prefer to wash my own hair. I don't know. It's just a thing for me. Honestly, I never understand the whole idea of people going to style their natural hair specifically because 9 times out of 10, this is the shit that happens. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have the right products. And it just becomes a whole hot mess. Unless it's like a curly, like a natural hair salon, I don't understand it. Especially when you're gonna come out with something basic like a fucking that, or like you're gonna come out with a twist out. Like you could do that shit yourself. Like what are we paying over $100 for like a twist out? Like you could do that by yourself. I feel like if you're gonna go to a natural hair salon, actually get a real style. Like I don't know. Like do something. Do some bantu knots at least. Like I don't know. Like it just doesn't really make sense to me. Like this is some shit that you could do by yourself.
So I have absolutely had it with Atlanta hairstylists. This is how I'm leaving my appointment unstyled. My hair is humpy as hell. I did have to flatten a little bit, but like it was like humpy as hell. Still kind of is. It's not styled. It's in its natural state. I just think that there's just something in the air in Atlanta. I just don't think that it's a real place. You stylists, like, it's just extremely disgraceful at this point. Like, if my appointment is at 1 p.m., I pull up at 1 p.m., but as soon as I walk in the lobby, which is at like 1:01 p.m., I'm like, fuck, I forgot my hair. I'm looking at my phone and it says 1:04. I'm like, oh shit, it's already 1:04. I don't want to be super late to my appointment. So I text her and I'm like, hey, I'm here. She immediately responds, come to suite L or J or whatever. So I'm 4 minutes late to my appointment, which probably put a bad taste in her mouth already from first impressions. So that's on me. That could be the reason why I was treated how I was treated for the duration of my appointment. So when I got there, we got started right away. To my pleasant surprise, I was super happy. I was in such a good mood because I'm like, dang, I'm the only client in here. You know, I see somebody sitting in a chair, but it wasn't another client. It was the hairstylist. I was like, oh, you know, she's one of those. And she does washes. Like, what? You know, I was like, okay, you know, this might be the one. And I just don't know, like, why we can't have a good thing. It's like, why couldn't she be the one? Like, why did you have to ruin it? Like, why? So she's washing my hair. I'm not really going to talk about the nitty gritties, like how my back and my neck was about to break on the sink for you to be able to wash my hair. You know, you need to fix that station where you wash your hair. But, you know, that's not at all why I had a bad experience. So I don't know what it was about the wash, but it made me really need to use the bathroom. I don't know if it was water, and I've been drinking a lot of water, so I pee a lot, so I needed to use the bathroom. So as soon as I waited till, like, you know, she had a good break so that she's not, like, stopping her groove, because I know how that is. So I waited till, like, you know, there was a good break, a good pause where I could be like, can I get up and go to the bathroom? So I'm holding my pee since I sat down and started washing my hair. She blow dries my hair, and I'm like, okay, finally, you're done blow drying your hair. She asked me what part I went. I said, I went on the left side, but can I please go use the bathroom really quick? She's...
Oh,
already having an attitude, and I'm just like, I take that as a yes, I can. So I stand up. She takes the stuff off of me, and I'm like, I've never been here before. Where's the bathroom? And then she's like, make a left or right, another right, straight down the hall. And I'm like, okay, thank you. You know, I can tell that she's irritated because I have to use the bathroom. So in my head, I'm like, just hurry up so that there's not an issue. Hurry up and go use the bathroom. So I'm rushing to the bathroom. I hurry up and go pee, and I come back, and then we get started. So she's like, so what part you want again? And I was like, a left part, kind of like a deep left part, but not too deep. And then, mind you, I'm facing the TV. There are mirrors behind me, so I'm not seeing shit. I don't see what part you're doing. I'm feeling it. But just because I know myself, I know my hair, I know my hairline, and I know my edges. So there's a particular way or a particular place that I want my part to be, just so that I can do my baby hairs how I normally do them. I'm not telling you how to do your job. I'm just giving you what my preference is as a customer. Like, I feel like I should be able to tell you what I prefer on my face, on my head. Like, I'm paying you to do me a service that I will enjoy, right? So immediately when she makes the part,
she immediately starts trying to braid. You know, I was like, dang, you're not going to ask me if I like it. I didn't say this in my head. I was like, she's not going to ask me if I like the part. Whatever. So I didn't ask her if I can see it. I just pull my phone up so that I can just see it really quickly. When I pull my phone up, she's just like, you know, has an attitude. She puts her comb away. She stops doing what she's doing. She's just like standing there waiting for me to look at it. And then I quickly turn around to the mirror behind me so I can have a better look at it, you know, bigger picture, right? And I'm looking and I'm like, this isn't normally where I didn't say anything. I'm just looking to see if I want it to be up a little bit more or stay where it is. And then I tell her this and she's just like, okay, but I do this every day. Trust me, I know what you want. I do this every day. And I'm like, okay, it's just because, you know, where you parted it, I can tell where you parted it already that I won't have that baby here. And to my fucking surprise, that's exactly what ended up happening. Like, if you would have just listened to me, I would have left my hair. I fucking hate it. She did not part it. Like, I wanted her to pull it up a little bit so I could fake pull them baby hairs. I call them adult hairs. But, like, so I could pull those and, like, you know, make that into, like, a little soup. There's nothing for me to soup right here. My hairline does not work like that. So I'm just trying to tell her, like, how I personally want my hair so that I can enjoy it. But that was a problem. So she has a whole attitude. She starts telling me she does this every day. She was like, listen, if you're not comfortable with my work, you can leave.
Oh!
And I'm looking at her like, where did this come from? Like, I'm literally like shocked. Like, I'm staring at her like, what is happening right now, right? She's like, because clients like this, like, y'all start seeing stuff in the beginning and then you have something to say throughout the whole appointment and then at the end you still don't like it. I don't have time for that. And I'm like, what is happening? I just want to tell you where I want my part. Like, what is the issue here? Like, and I tell her, like, I don't really appreciate you comparing me to other clients because I would never do that to you. I'm not that type of client. And also, I do hair too. So I understand how that feels, which is why I would never do that to you. And
Yeah, that's too much. I should have popped popcorn because I don't understand. Like, if you're a hairstylist, comment down below. Do y'all just prefer clients not to speak? Because at the end of the day, if they don't tell you exactly what they want and how they want it, you're going to end up having this situation. But this is even crazier because she said exactly what she wanted, but lady still caught an attitude and she had a problem with her saying what she wanted. Talk about some, oh, I do this every day. Okay. I do too. That's what I was saying. I'm saying, and I do too. This is ridiculous. Like, I just don't, like, if you don't like doing hair, don't do it, right? If this is something that bothers you, if this is something where you know that you're going to be annoyed with certain things, don't do it. Like, there's a reason I don't do certain services as a social media strategist and consultant. Like, because it's just like, no, I'm not about to sit here and do all of this shit for you to piss me off or like for you to blame the shit on me. Because like, I'm trying to help you. I give you a set of advice. I give you a personalized strategy. You don't do it. Now you're going to say it's my fault you didn't get 1,000 subscribers or whatever. Like, no, you better know what the fuck. I want you to tell me exactly what you want, exactly what you do, whatever, because you end up in situations like this. Like, I feel like it is imperative for the client to say, hey, this is how I want it, da, 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 and this is why. Just like for her, she had a very specific reason, and now her hair looks crazy. I mean, to be honest, okay, how do I say it? I don't think her hair looks crazy. I think the hair looks way too fake. I mean, obviously, right? I mean, because it is fake, but like, it just looks too 2008. Like, it just, I don't know. It gives, I have a wig on or I have tracks in. I don't know. Like, in this case, she needed some adult baby hairs to make this look a little less like that. I don't know. Comment down below. How do you think this could have been made better? Because I feel like what she asked for and what she wanted is exactly what would have made this look better.
telling her this, she's like, okay. Well, I'm just saying, if you're not confident in my work, you can leave. Oh my goodness.
I would have been out.
Well, if I wasn't confident in your work, I wouldn't book with you. If I wasn't confident in your work, I wouldn't refer somebody to you. So I refer somebody to her that's coming in a couple of days. So
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
I like your work. It's just like, there's just a certain way that I like my hair done. And it's not, it shouldn't have to take away from your work. But I should also be able to tell you what my preferences are. Like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay. After she said that, I'm just like, I'm not gonna say shit else. So we're sitting there, she's doing my hair, and she starts braiding my hair. She's braiding tight as fuck. Like, it feels like she's like plucking my hair out of my scalp. Like, she's braiding tight as fuck. But I'm like, Lizzie, don't say anything because she's gonna think that you're complaining again. Like, just don't say anything. So I'm sitting there going through the pain of getting my hair braided. And then after she braids my hair, right? Mind you, remember I forgot my hair in the beginning. So the person that's bringing me my hair is like, hey, I'm outside. Can you come get it? I gotta go. And I'm like, okay, I'm coming. I waited till she finished that braid. Well, I didn't even wait till she finished. When she was about to finish the braid, I said, when you finish this braid, can I go outside really quickly to get the hair? Because I forgot it at home. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells here. Like, I can't do anything. So a minute goes by, not even a minute, maybe 30 seconds later, she's like, is there any way that you could tell them to bring it inside? Because I can't keep taking out these breaks. If you go outside and get it, I'm just going to have to cancel your appointment myself. Y'all. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't say anything in my head. I'm just like, where am I? Like, what is this? This is not a real fucking place right now. Like, I can't step outside to go get hair. Like, what if I left the hair in my car? You was going to cancel my appointment because I had to go get hair from my car? Like, this is ridiculous. So I call the person and I'm like, hey, I can't come outside to get my hair because she said she's going to cancel my appointment. So can you come out? Can you come bring it? Mind you, I'm super irritated at this point. So come back for part 2. So
y'all, this is a hot ass mess. Like, honestly, I probably would have left mid appointment. And I personally, how do I explain it? I don't really care for that whole idea of doing that. Like, that whole idea of like, you know, I don't like you, you're pissing me off, you're unprofessional, let me just leave mid-service. But in this case, it would have been fine. Somebody would just had to do my fucking hair. Because I don't understand. Like, this lady, maybe she was having a bad day. Like, I don't know. And it's funny because every single time I do one of these videos, like, there's always that one person that's like, oh, well, you know, a lot of y'all clients be the problem. And it's like, yeah, because, you know, I have reactions with that too. I'm going to film another one after this. But 90% of the time it's y'all. Like, I'm sorry. Like, y'all are crazy.
So at this point, I'm super fucking frustrated. So I call the person that's bringing it here and I'm like, I can come outside. Can you come please bring it inside? Like that's just so rude. Somebody's already doing you a favor. Now they got to come inside. Like, that's just, it couldn't take me more than 1 minute to go outside and come back. Like, less than a minute. And she talking about something, I can't keep taking on these breaks. I got to go pick up my baby. Mind you, we've only been at it for like an hour. Like, I'm just like super confused, but I'm just like, you know, I'm not about to go back and forth with you. I call him, I say, can you come bring it? And then, granted, yes, I did start talking in my language because I'm pissed. And I'm sure she knew that I was talking shit, but I don't give a fuck at that point. At that point, I'm just pissed. So yes, that is where I went left. I started to talk in my language about her, about what I was going through, my experience. So I know that didn't make matters any better. So yeah. I'm sure she got more irritated, but it is what it is. Like, you were putting me through hell. Like, it is what it is. So he came in and brought me my hair. Cool. She's like, give me the first bundle. I give her the first bundle. I'm like, you want me to unravel it? She's like, no. She finishes it pretty quick because she's just like going and she's like pulling and tugging on my hair. And I'm like flinching a little bit because I'm like, damn, like that's really tight. It's really tight. But I didn't say anything. I'm just like kind of like flinching at the parts that she's pulling. So I give her the first bundle. She's pretty quick. She asked me for the second bundle, and I didn't even expect it at that time because it went by. She literally sold that bundle in like 5 minutes. So I wasn't expecting to already have to take out the other bundle. So she was irritated at the fact that like I didn't have the second bundle ready. She's like, the other bundle, and I'm like struggling trying to get through the bundle so I can give it to her. And I'm taking.
Aren't they usually the ones that like take the bundle out and brush it, wash it? I don't know. Last I remember, yeah, when I used to get my little wigs and tracks and shit, like there was even times I actually dropped it off prior so they could do what they gotta do. I'm so confused. This is the worst service I think I've ever heard of.
And I'm like, do you want me to unravel it? Because she had a thread in her hand. I was just trying to make it easier for her. And I was like, do you want me to unravel it? She's like, no. So I give it to her. So as soon as I give her that one, I'm like, let me just prepare the third one just so that it's already ready for you so that you're not waiting. So I'm unraveling the third one, my bundle, mind you. And she's like, I didn't ask you to do that. Just make sure that you don't tangle it when you're unraveling it because I could have did that.
And that's when I would have probably hit her. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I would have hit, honestly, okay. I forgot. I no longer put hands on people, but at this point, I probably would have sat there and been like, all right, do you have a problem? Let's address it. Like, I'm very confrontational when it comes to shit that really bothers me or shit that is like heavily affecting me emotionally. So yeah, this child, I would have, I would have been like, do you have a problem? Do we have a problem? Is this going to be an issue? You're not about to sit here and make me feel uncomfortable while you're in my head. Like, definitely not.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, where am I? Like, and I'm like, it's not gonna get tangled, baby. My hair's not gonna get tangled. It's okay. So I want to see how long the wefts are. I shouldn't even have to explain to you why I want to unravel my bundles. Like, why is that an issue? I'm not your child. Talking about I didn't ask you to do that. Are you crazy? So she starts to do the last bundle, and that's going towards like my perimeter. So she's still doing the same tugging, and I don't know if she's like using attitude to do my hair at this point, but she's tugging so crazy, like it's like pulling my scalp. So I'm holding it down as she's like sewing.
Oh my God, girl, you finna be bald headed. Like your edges is gonna be gone. Jeez, why do we go through all of this to look cute? Like, this is horrible. Your scalp is yelling for Jesus, honey.
That it's not pulling too much, because that's how you lose your edges. That's how you lose your hair. Like, as a hairstylist, like, what is wrong with you? Like, that's almost like a safety hazard when it comes to hair. Like, why are you doing that? So I guess she has to come back on. She's like, excuse me, because I'm like in the way because I'm holding the hair. And I'm like, it hurts. Like, it really hurts. Like, you're just tugging it. And I feel like you just have no regard for my hair like, for my pain right now. And then she's like, oh, mind you, I forgot. Before she even started sewing it on, she gives me the net. But I already had intentions. I noticed that she uses a net. But I do not like getting nets, because the one time I got a net, it was just driving me crazy. I couldn't itch my hair. So I just have a thing against nets. No matter where I go, I don't get nets. So I asked her before she started, when she put the net on my head, she's like, hold both sides. And I was like, do I have to get a net? She's like, nope, take it right off. And then she started sewing super fast. And then I told her I'm in pain when she started sewing towards the top. And she said, that's because you didn't get the net. And I'm just like, I never get a net when I get sew-ins. And she's like, okay, I understand. And I was like, okay. And she was like, see, this is why I should have canceled your appointment in the first place. And I was like, yeah, I should never book with you. And she was like, I wish you didn't either. Like, this is exchanges that are happening between me and her in her chair while she's fucking sewing my hair. Like, who says shit like that? It's almost like I feel like she was just portraying trauma that she had for other clients on me. Like, she was just reflecting it on me. And I didn't appreciate that.
That's
like,
wild. Give
me a chance. Damn. So at this point, when she says that, I'm fuming. I call my friend, because it's just silent. So I call my friend and speaking in our language again. And I'm just telling her what's going on in my language. Like, and I'm telling her I'm so frustrated. This is what's happening. And when I'm talking, the girl's like yanking my hair. She's taking out my leave out. She's combing it from the top to down. So it's like getting tangled. It's like she's tugging at it. And I'm just like, this hurts. But I'm not even going to say anything at this point. And then she starts to put heat on my hair. And then I say in my language, she didn't even put a heat protectant on my hair before. But I'm telling my friend this, right? And she's like, I did put heat protectant. And I'm like, girl, are you talking to me? And she's like,
yo, like, this is really, really bad. Like, to be quite honest with you, there needs to be some sort of something that we do or talk about or like, I would have been fucking left. Nobody's going to talk to me like this. Nobody's about to make me feel this way while I'm paying you for a service. Like, I don't know why y'all let niggas treat y'all like this for the sake of hair. Like, man, child. Like, I don't get it now. I don't.
Yeah, because I hear you over there talking shit. And I'm like, that is what I said. And I wanted her to hear that I said heat protectant, TBH, because I'm like, don't damage my hair, but I don't want to tell you directly. But she did not put heat protectant in my hair. She put heat protectant in my hair, I think, like, after she washed it. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not how it's supposed to go. Like, I thought you would have put more right before you about to put, like, direct heat on it like that. But maybe not. She's like, I'm trying to hurry so I can get you out of here. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Just stop talking to me. Like, do not talk to me. And then she finishes straightening my hair. And then she's like, styling is $20. I'm going to take it off your total so you can get out. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Granted, I mean, by that time, she probably had every right to do what she was doing because I was talking in my language. You know, I was like talking shit about her. I was talking shit about her. But I mean, you pushed me to that point. So I'm sure I would have got my hair styled if I just was just silent and didn't say anything, and I just took the abuse that she was giving to me. But I guess I wanted to be petty, and I guess she did not appreciate that, so she made me pay and go back. Mind you, when she gave me the remainder of my hair, she kind of just threw it at my phone. Like, my hand was down there. She didn't even put it in my hand. She just threw it at me. So when I paid, mind you, I paid like I was counting my money over the garbage area. I could have put the money on the garbage. I walked over to where I was doing my hair, where you were standing, and I put it on the salon chair. No, I'm not going to put it in your hand. Like, that's too much respect. You don't deserve shit. You don't even deserve this money. So I put it on the chair, and she was like, like huffing and puffing. Like, how dare she just put the money on the table, on the chair like this? Like, did you not forget you threw the hair at me? Like, are you cool? So that was that. But I came in the car, and I'm just like, this is exactly what I was talking about. I told her, can she put it up a little bit more? Because this is the area that I like to use. For my baby hairs, I like to swoop my hairs like this. Yes, it might not be babies. I don't give a fuck. This is how I like to do my hair. So I asked if she could move it up a little bit more so I can do this. But how can I do that if tracks are right there? And she says she does this every day. This is what you do every day?
Hold up. I took my hair down the next day due to extreme pain. I discovered bald spots on my head, one right in front. I paid full price minus $20 for styling. Immediately after my appointment, she cancels my friend's appointment, which was already scheduled 2 days after mine. I got my hair done the next day again by an amazing stylist. Y'all want to see my new hair? Listen, why the fuck will all that tension and shit that she put on your head, would you take it out and then go get it redone? We have a problem, y'all. Like, I'm sorry. Black woman, we need to have this conversation. We are too obsessed with getting our hair done, especially when it comes to these wigs and weaves. Like, oh man, a lot of people are gonna hate me when I say this, but it's true. We're too obsessed. Like, this is absolutely insane. Like, I would have never, like, I see how tight she braided your hair. At that point, your hair need a break. No, to go get re-braided down? No.
Bitch. And I know she doesn't, because, like, I clearly booked her for a reason. Mind you, she was, like, my fifth option because no one else was available. I had to settle for her. But I was like, her work is still good, so I shouldn't have an issue. Like, I'm a stylist. If I need to recurl my hair, I can do that. If I need to do my baby hairs, I can do that. But how can I do this if there's not even no hair there for me to do? And that's what I was trying to tell you from the start. Where is customer service anymore? Like, do y'all not care about that anymore? I can't tell you how I want my hair done.
Yeah, that video was a hot ass mess. To be quite honest with you, I don't understand why we put ourselves through so much simply for the sake of looking good, especially in the Black community where we're always complaining about how we don't have money, we're the bottom of the barrel. I don't think like that, to be quite honest, but there's a lot of people, and in a general sense, that's how they think. Oh, we this, we that. The Black community doesn't have wealth, doesn't have generational wealth. Meanwhile, we're spending hundreds of dollars on services, not only that we don't need, but aren't even good services that are being rendered. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, a lot of y'all sit here, you spend thousands of dollars every year on hair. But then you complain, oh, I can't save for a house. I can't save for a car. I can't save for this, that, and the third. And it's like, cut down on the hair. I guarantee you, you'll some way, somehow magically have the money. Okay, you got men out here spending money on jewelry and sneakers and shit. Girls out here spending money on shit, $1,000 Shein hauls and wigs and weaves consistently. Like, it's one thing if you do it once in a while, but like, that can't be part of your monthly budget. Like, literally, maintenance is part of, like, a huge part of a lot of y'all budgets, and y'all not even understanding that yet. Like, y'all not seeing that. Okay, like, all of these, like, all of these services, and they're not even good services. All of these horror stories from stylists that don't even deserve the time of day. We're just throwing our money away at this point. With that being said, comment down below. Have you ever had a horrible hairstylist story? I would love to hear it down below. Please make sure you guys check out Willwork jewelry, and most importantly, go check out the merchandise. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.